Hey folks, this is Bardic Dragoon. Welcome back to Let's Play Forward to the Sky, where for its change of pace it's nighttime now.
The girl the crystals remember. Is she the witch? Why is she hiding the crystals? If she wasn't hiding the crystals, the people wouldn't despise her.
And in this level, our mechanic is wind. There's actually two different forms of wind. There's the blue sparkly things that we're seeing here, which just toss you around and blow you around. And then there's these.
Maybe if I jump onto the platform,
which don't do anything
ahead.
Until you jump through these magical hoops that are floating in midair, which will then fling you forward into sequences of those loops that can be a little bit awkward to actually work with. They're not like unusable and terrible, but there we go.
There are more crystals here than on the lower levels. It's as though the mines have never been opened, or... Princess... Witch, was it you who hid the crystals here?
Please don't hurt the crystals.
Don't hurt the crystals? What does that mean? The voice disappeared. The witch has hidden somewhere.
And yeah, that's pretty much the main puzzle. This one is probably not one of the more puzzly ones. For the most part, there are one or two instances of interesting puzzles, but for the most part, it's pretty straightforward platforming outside of having to deal with being flung through the air at high velocity. Kind of reminds me of the...
The Witch of the Legend is an evil and wicked person.
Are they actually called warp stars in Mario Galaxy?
Crystals, remember? Seems so weak and alone. What happened in this tower?
I think it was Mario Galaxy where they had the warp stars, like you do a little segment and you just jump, hit the star, and be like flinging you through space. Oh god, I just fell off the edge of the level. I love the fact that she has that little animation while she's in the balloon, just kind of looking over, anticipating. Alright, I'm gonna jump out and have an adventure. I don't know. It's those little touches of personality and like character design and animation are always... I just love stuff like that. I don't know. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I don't remember what I was saying. That's great. Just peachy. Time to fight more enemies. Okay, so if I had to make one complaint other than the once or twice when the game does do box puzzles, the use of like real physics rather than more deliberate pre-programmed physics, I think those are the words I'm looking for. At least I hope they are. That I hope I'm making coherent sense, because, you know, that would be great. But yeah, is this the combat?
Where are the skeletons coming from?
Like I said, the combat isn't bad, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, they could have taken out all the enemies, put in a fourth, a fourth statue in each level, or kind of scattered crystals around, like, you know, coins in a Mario game or something like that. And it wouldn't really change the game, except that...
The skeletons used to be people who lived in the tower. It was an accident that made them.
An accident?
Quickly, leave the tower.
By the way, that blue glow means that gravity is slowed down there, which now leads us to a spot where gravity is upside down. And this spot is actually optional, but, well, depending on what your definition of optional is. You don't need to do this to get to the end of the level, but... Bum-ba-ba-ba! Another statue. Another 25 gems. And, well, considering that we're collecting gems is one of our main goals in this game, actually pretty much is our main goal. Well, I suppose you can get to the end of the level without collecting all the gems,
Why are
but
they attacking humans? Is it the witch controlling them?
getting to the end of the levels is really not that hard.
Witch.
The challenge is really more
Skeletons
about
are
getting all the
carrying crystals.
gems on your way to the end of the level.
Are they gathering them for you?
No, the skeletons. They're not gathering crystals.
There we go. Now just a big ol' archer. But yeah, because I mean, like I said, the combat works, but it's one of those. This is not a combat-focused game. Okay, there we go. I was hoping I wouldn't like have to jump down there to collect those gems. That'd be a little bit obnoxious. Thankfully, the levels are built with a decent amount of height in mind.
Skeletons.
So if
They're not
for any
gathering
reason
crystals.
Then why are they all carrying crystals?
you need to go backwards in a level, the verticality of it makes it much easier to,
Witch?
you know, get there and back in. Especially it does a good job providing like
The
optional
witch is hiding something.
or providing like optional switches and things like that to open alternate pathways to make your life easier. And now for something really annoying. Platforming in green light. Which isn't terrible. It is when you jump, you tend to keep your forward momentum to the end of the jump, which gets really weird when you have this like long floating jumps like this. Or it just feels like really loose and slippery. And, like that's hardly
I still haven't found the witch's trap. Perhaps
super
the
intense
crystals on this
hardcore
floor will
platforming,
reveal
but
more of the witch's clues. Nothing will
it
be
still
okay
is a little on the
until I find
annoying
the
side.
witch.
And now the last statue for all 100 crystals again. Oh, come on! This is probably my least favorite level out of the game, simply because these little wind tunnel things are a little obnoxious. I'm going backwards, aren't I? I went backwards. Like, they aren't completely terrible, but they're kind of obnoxious to deal with, just because, like, pretty much hold forward and adjust the camera appropriately. There we go! Take a moment to take in the scenery here. Like I said, this game, like I kind of didn't notice it until now, but this game is really beautiful. Like I would never have called this an ugly game, but it is not something that I would have like, oh wow, this is an incredible and beautiful game. But yeah, with of course being ostracized, the witch was cast out of her home and lived a lonely life. She found shelter within a hidden grove of crystals. When she was lonely, she would talk to the crystals, as she need only touch them to know how they felt. They were afraid of being mined and were utterly despondent. The crystals accepted the witch, but the witch knew in her heart crystals could never truly replace people. She wanted to return to the human world. And we'll probably end up seeing how well that goes within the next video. Until then though, as always, later folks.